impact do these discussions in New York have for those in Gaza? For more, I spoke to Dennis Francis, the President of the UN General Assembly. Francis, thank you very much for joining us. We saw a war of words erupt this week between the Secretary General and Israel. Was the Secretary General right in what he said?
The Secretary General has sought to explain his intention when he delivered this statement in the Council. He stands by what he says and has sought to explain it. That is as far as I would like to go on this matter.
Do you agree with what he said?
I think that perhaps there's been a lot of focus on that issue. Where I would like the focus to be is where it really matters. And that is on the people in Gaza. The conditions under which, the difficult conditions under which they are having to exist, with the inadequate humanitarian and medical supplies and food and water, the lack of electricity, the potential, therefore, for public health issues to become really concerning in Gaza, and the need to save civilian lives. For me, those are the key and preeminent issues that should be occupying us at this time.
On that point, Mr. President, the world is watching, as you outlined there, thousands of people being killed by bombs, hundreds of thousands starving, without water, without access to medicine, over 1 million people being displaced, nowhere safe for them to go. It begs the question, what is the point of the United Nations if in times like these, the international community is failing, is unable to persuade Israel in this instance to allow a humanitarian pause, to allow aid into those people who, as you've outlined there, so badly need it?
Well, the first thing is that the General Assembly is seized of the matter. We are sitting on it. The question you pose is based on the premise that there's already been an outcome of the discussion and the debate in the General Assembly. There has not yet been an outcome on that matter. We have to wait to see what course of action, if any, the Assembly will take. But let me say this. The United Nations has had a long track record of success in matters of this nature in the past. Clearly, the situation before us is a difficult one for a number of reasons. I think we need to be patient, the pervasive concern being to stop the bloodshed and to save human lives and spare civilians from suffering, pain, and harm.
Mr. President, sorry for interrupting you, Mr. President. Just when you're talking there about saving those civilians from pain and harm, you're also using words like patience, waiting to see what course of action should be taken. Those individuals don't have time like that, and we've heard that from UN workers who are already in Gaza, that they don't have time, they don't have fuel, they don't have medicine, they don't have aid, they don't have time to wait.
Yes. That is a fact.
So what can the United Nations do? What more can it do?
Well, it can continue to press the case as I have and others, for there to be a humanitarian ceasefire. It can continue to press the case for there to be an unconditional release of the hostages, as I have. It can continue to press the case for the Israeli authorities to facilitate the provision of humanitarian assistance and support at scale in order to effectively address the humanitarian needs in the Gaza Strip. Those are all legitimate concerns that the UN has and that the General Assembly has expressed itself on. That is why the General Assembly will reconvene tomorrow morning to take up the issue as to what needs to be done in Gaza in order to save lives and to bring the bloodshed to a halt. That is the top priority.
Okay. President Dennis Francis, thank you so much for joining us on